so I walk into his office and he's there, that's when it, like, the comfort of him being another human being and just being an average person set in. And also, my nervousness was like, okay, this is for real now, it's not just a joke, and I'm like, ah. So we sit down and Jasmine tells her story and I tell my story, and for me it's not that hard to tell my story because I'm comfortable with saying what happened. I don't get very emotional about it, which I guess is kind of sad because this is, these are the things that happened to me, and I was listening to Preston's story and Jasmine's story and everybody else's story who's I've ever heard, and I'm just shocked because these things have never happened to me. I've never, had derogatory terms written on my locker or my car, and I've never been spat upon, and I've never been, yelled at in the hallway, and I just, like, my heart was breaking every word they said. And I was watching, Mr. Secretary Duncan, sir, I was watching his reaction, and, it was just like, he had to be feeling the same thing I was feeling, because, you can't not feel so, so just, hurt and ashamed of the human race for not standing up for these kids. And Erica followed us, and some of the things she said, just like, she said, she started off, and I knew she was going to say this because we went over it before we left, and she said that she was going to introduce the fact that we may not be her immediate students, but we are her students, and that she feels, just embarrassed by all the other teachers who don't stand up for their students, and I almost started crying on the spot. And to watch, our Secretary of Education listening to us, students and teachers from, we're not, big political figures, we're just people. And I mean, obviously he's a person, but still. Okay, that wasn't supposed to be funny, I was being serious, but, it was just amazing, because, and he can, like, we are making a difference, but he can take all of our stories and turn it into something and show our nation what is happening in every school, because, like Harvey Milk said, he wants to show everybody that they know one gay or two gay. And I'm not just, not just gay, but, queer youth and trans youth and allies, and, these are real people. They're not just something you read about in the newspaper. They're not just some figment of our imagination. Oh my God, gays, what? Yeah. We're real. And being able to share our stories and have him, be interested was just, like, phenomenal, because he's gonna do something about it. It might not happen, tomorrow or in the next year, but it's gonna happen. And that gives me just so much faith and hope. And I was talking to Ashley, and she said, I hope that we never have to have a conference like this one day, because, I mean, as awesome as it is meeting all of you people, and, I would love to have a conference so we can hang out and just be like, hey, what's up, guys? But one day we're not going to have to fight for these rights, because these rights are going to be real, and we won't have to worry about walking through the hallways and getting jumped or getting yelled at or getting spit upon. And it's the fact that people don't see us as human beings kills me every day. But one day, I know that because of us, because of our youth and because of our adults and because of our teachers, we're going to be recognized as people, and we're all going to be equals. And the fact that I had that opportunity, and that I had the opportunity to meet all of you wonderful people, has just made this year so much better.